All right, here we are. We're going to do a quick preview of this 2005 Leopard 40 here in Kima Boardwalk. Recent price reduction, getting a lot of calls, so I'm going to try to put this video up on YouTube and send out links to folks that want to get a good idea. So the boat does have a little bit of a list. Water tanks are up front, they're empty. As we go back to the stern, you'll see a large arch for the solar that was added, a pretty large structure for the wind generator, which was added, and a pretty large dinghy, as well as the fact that the boat has the upgraded Volvo 40s, which are a little bit heavier. So add all the extra weight they added to the back, the upgraded Volvo 40s, and the empty water tanks, and you're going to have a list like this. Now, does it flatten completely out when we fill up the water tanks and remove the extra structures? I'm not 100% sure, but that is what is causing the majority of the list. You can tell the bottom paint is still reasonably good. They've got an undercoat of red and then a coat of blue, so where you see the red, that's one more coat of bottom paint. When they did the bottom, they did do an epoxy barrier coat, so they did it properly, but it will need bottom paint. There's the solar panels I was talking about, the large dinghy, 15 horse Mercury, looks like about a 9.5 foot dinghy. There's your wind generator. I believe there's an issue with the bearings. Let's take a look at the port side. See, the paint or the gel coat's in pretty rough shape. However, I've got a local buffer coming down to buff out one panel to at least show an illustration of how close it could come back to life. We've got holders here for sea kayak. I haven't seen a sea kayak on board. So let's get right into it. I'll do a quick walk around. I'm probably going to have to split this up into multiple videos because I do not know exactly how to get a large video on YouTube. Original standing rigging most likely will need to be replaced. Not a lot of issues other than age. Again, it's a 2005. It was in charter through 2012 when the current owners purchased her. Cruiser in the British Virgin Islands, the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos. Eventually brought her back to Houston, and they still use the boat maybe 2 times a month. So the boat does go out, can be sailed, but it does need some work to get it back to blue water cruising. Sail cover on the jib has been replaced. A lot of the running rigging looks pretty good. It's been replaced. Sail bag has been replaced. They did some work on the trampoline. Windows definitely have some crazing going on. This is a lot of mold stuff that can easily be cleaned up. Fairly new electronics. Nice Raymarine hybrid touch unit. Autopilot, wind instruments. Not sure of the condition of them. Anchor windlass. Again, the running rigging looks pretty good. A lot of dirt. I believe it does have a life raft. That's the little gate. Big walkway out here. See if we can see the engine rooms. Again, because it is listing to the stern, that little lip stays in the water. If it's not washed regularly, it gets some mold. port side engine room. A little bit of water, a little grease on, or oil on top. The engines have 5, maybe 6,000 hours on them. They run. This one smokes a little bit at startup. So they are due for overhaul. Starboard side, you'll notice there is a crack in the rudder post, which will need to have to be reset, probably with new rudder bearings. This bilge looks pretty dry. Volvo 40. Place to hang your fishing gear. Plenty of storage. Propane tanks. House batteries in here with more storage. Come into the saloon, galley. No generator, no air conditioning. They use a plug-in unit when they're at the dock. 4-bedroom, 4-head. Stereo, fans. This is just held up by Velcro and double-sided tape. Again, the windows aren't too bad. They'll probably need to be rebed. Aft cabin. Forward cabin. Full-size head. Separate shower. Same thing on the port side. Full-size shower. I'm 5'10" if anybody's keeping score. Forward cabin. Aft cabin. Some of the sunshades and enclosures for back up top. All in all, pretty dramatic price reduction. That this boat shouldn't be around on the market much longer. Any questions? Send me an email, chris.block@catamarans.com.